Welcome back to the channel, guys. Ed from Kansas City. So we're going to be looking at how to buy and sell accounts on Large Mobile. And this is not a must buy. Anyway, let's get on. Let's go and look. First, I'll take care of a few things. See if I have anything I need to do here. As you can see, I am looking to, I think the only thing I'm looking to do right now with this particular account is basically just buy, not buy, but train some troops. So, thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the guys who are still watching the channel. I know I am not the full champion account with all the spending and all the praise and stuff like that. I just have an account thanks to my dude Vijay, who gifted me an account, and I appreciate that very much. And there you see it right there. So let's get into the video. I'm going to show you guys how to buy and sell your Large Mobile account if you want to buy one or sell one. So that's what this video is about. It's not intended to not necessarily expose any legitimate seller or a fraudulent seller. It's not intended to criticize anybody's selling page, and it's not intended to promote anybody's selling page, and it's definitely not intended to get anybody in any trouble. So enough of that said, let's get into the video so you guys can check out where you can buy and sell, some of the sellers and things like that. Some of them you're going to know and some of them you will not know. I will tell you the person that I did use to sell my Large Mobile account, and then you guys have at least one very trustworthy, 100% trustworthy person you can use. Now, as I said, thanks guys for tuning in again, and thank you for you guys who are still following. Shout out to Dan and Taze, Sunny, and then you other people who watch the channel and whose names I don't remember everybody's names. Shout out to Dexter and Vijay, and I appreciate you guys. They both gifted me accounts, and keep in mind, guys, if you have an account that you want to gift to me that's better than this one, do so. Or if you have an account that you just don't play anymore that you want to gift to the Large Mobile community, someone in the community, you can also let me know. You can let me know. There I am right there. Thanks. Shout out to the person who told me I left a space in my name so they wouldn't actually take. So I appreciate that. I just thank you. I'm thankful for you guys who pay attention to the videos, who actually educate me on a lot of things. You always have. As you guys know, I was not the best strategist in this game. No big strategist. I was just really a big spender in Large Mobile, and I knew I wanted my account to look great. So without further ado, let's get into the sellers, the account, large mobile middleman. Let's go. Here we go, guys. Now I'm going to be promoting these, but I'm not going to be necessarily suggesting all of these. The first two you see on my screen here, chiefly, this is the number one person you want to reach out to if you want to buy or sell a Large Mobile account or your Large Mobile account. This is the person that I use to sell my account. 100% legit. 100% legit, guys. Here's an account here that is for sale. 11K heroes. It's a strong stat. Titans, 160 blessed. Base stats are great. Attack stats are amazing. Mana level 1 only, though. Now, listen, guys. How do I feel about selling my account now that it's been sold for a couple of months now, something like that? I definitely miss my account. I definitely see what you guys were saying about it. Keep your account. Don't sell it. Just enjoy it, because it was a very, very nice account. And I spent a hell of a lot of money on Large Mobile to build that account from scratch. So I really wish I had kept it and not sold it for $3,000. Minus the $500 I had to pay to get my balance removed from IGG. So I had to pay $500 to get my balance clear so that the account could be relinked. But here's the thing, guys. Yes, I do wish I had kept my account because it was beautiful, and playing with the account that I play with now is not even close as beautiful, but it's pretty good. It's really nice. I mean, my mixed stats were like almost 900 each, whereas the account I'm playing with now, the mixed stats are about 700 each. So it's not a very great big difference, other than my account was full champion, level 5 mana, all familiars maxed, great heroes, not the best, a lot of blessed artifacts, a lot of levels of artifacts, and some really good astrolites, and ton of troops whenever I wanted it. So it was a great account, and I built it from scratch, and I built it like in the last 3 years to where it's gotten. So that was major. That was major to me. But here's the reason why I'm grateful that I got rid of it is because I learned something, and apologize to you guys who don't like to hear the same song over and over again in the background. I just so happen to like that song, and I just so happen to like to listen to my videos while I'm at work. And that's what I want in my background while I'm listening to myself talk some real talk and some logic. I enjoy listening to myself, guys. So let's look at this account here. So Chiefly is the one you're going to want to reach out to, guys. And there he is right there. Uh, there's so many accounts in here. It's crazy. My account may be in here somewhere, but it's been such a minute now. It may not be visible anymore. Yeah, I don't. I think it's just been so long. Is and the show goes on. So that's one account there. That's one Chiefly. That's the number one recommended that I recommend for you guys. If you're looking to buy a large mobile account or sell a large mobile account, here's one for 2,700. If you have 2,700, don't fret, don't worry. What Chiefly will do, he will get your account information. He will secure the account. He will get it. He will log in. He will change it all. If he can change it all without using IGG, he will. He will. He will basically put the account in his name and his email, which is a ghost or shell email that he uses just to simply uh, give that information to the new buyer so that they can change the passwords and emails and all that into what they want it to be. But what he'll do, what Chiefly will do, guys, and this is how it goes, this is what you want. You're going to give Chiefly all of your information if you're looking to sell your account, and Chiefly's going to get your account information. He's going to change everything, whether by himself or IGG, and then Chiefly is going to let you know the account is secure, it's done, it's changed. He has access to it. The seller no longer has access to the account anymore. And after that, he will tell the buyer to pay you. The buyer will pay you. You will confirm and tell Chiefly that you've received that payment. Now, you will be communicating with Chiefly by yourself. You and him will message each other without the buyer in your conversation. So you'll have a private conversation and a private chat with Chiefly. Now, you also will have a private chat with the buyer and Chiefly. You three all will have chat together where you guys will be able to converse on there as well. And and so and then the buyer will probably have a personal conversation with the Chiefly as well. So Chiefly is 100% legit. He's 100% honest. He's a good seller. You guys are free to use him. And if you're buying an account, same way. Chiefly will secure the person's account that you're looking to buy or that he has on his page here. As you can see, that's one for 2,700 right there. Let's get that out the way. Look at the count here. 2,700. A ton of kills, guys. Let's look at the stats here. 1264, 1,400 infantry. There's the gear. It's just 2,700, guys. So it's selling for less than what mine did. But it has higher stats than mine did. It just doesn't have. If I'm looking correctly, it doesn't have as many blessed and as many levels of artifacts, and it doesn't have the mana troop level number 4 like I'd had, which is important. It is for champion. All right. So if that's the account that you think you might be interested in, that's one right there. Here's another account right here that is a Baron account. So you know that's going to be a little bit pricey. That one may have already sold. Here's one for 30K. I'm trying to find some that's more within everyone's budget. There's one for 4,800. And then here's another one for 6,300. Here's another one for another one. Thank you for your trust. There's another one he sold right here. As you can see, that one sold. Price is not there. I could click it and get the price. Here's one for 2,500, guys. Not a bad price here. Let's look at the base stats for 500. Those are real good base stats. 100 bless, 127 level. That's great. That is real good. Astrolites 15,212. That is amazing. No troop mana. A lot of people don't really care about that. Let's take a look at her. There you have it. Very decent account, guys. Very decent. Lots of blessed. Look at those mixed stats there. Over 1,000 each. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's look at the other stats here. Infantry here is 1358. Very nice there. 1305 is what I meant on that one. 1358 on that one. Here is your range. This range there. Not bad. Could be better. And then here's your cavalry. Cavalry's looking really good. 1362. Alright, so that's that one. It's not full champion. Great stats, but not a full champion account there. So you don't want to check some of that stuff as well. It does have some champion pieces, but it's not full champ. But 2,700. There's one for 13K. Beast account 9K. Here's some more. I'm just kind of giving you guys some. I'm trying to find some of the cheaper ones. He's selling some of the expensive ones, as you can see, 33,000 and 14,000. So I'm trying to get to some. Here's one for 3,000. Base stats, 2 skins, 3 level, 12, 15 champ mythic. That's a really good count for $3,000. That doesn't look bad at all, guys. You guys might want to take a peek at that. Let's see the levels. The levels are good on the left side. Let's look at that. So as I was saying, stats are 1,300, 1,300. Really, really nice cav set there. Almost 1,400 there with no forts. Very nice. Very good account there, guys. Very nice. Now, one of the things I wanted to say is, like with mines, the good thing about me selling mines, guys, is all the money that I've not spent since retiring from pay to play on Launch Mobile. I've used that money to, do things around the house, enrich my own life personally, and focus on buying stuff to resell, which is what I do or used to do full time. So the thousands and thousands that I would normally have put into Large Mobile, I probably have spent I say $5,000 on things since I've left Mars Mobile. Well, it's been more than that, guys. I'll take that back. I just got my wife a car that cost $4,000. So, but she put in 1,400 of it. But the point I'm making is this: is that all the money I would have been spending, all that freed up money that I've been spending on, what do I have going on here? all the money that I would have been spending on Lords Mobile, all that money I spent, these are 4,000. I probably have spent then. I guess I've spent probably $8,000 to $9,000. That money would have went to Lords Mobile, guys. Yes, it would have made the account even more. I mean, what would I have bought, guys, other than artifacts? I mean, packs with artifacts and packs with astrolites, and you know, getting the Terror Shield to Mythic, which was right nearly almost finished. Working on other non-champion pieces. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It would, and then, as you know, if I'd have spent that $8,000 or $9,000 additional on Lords Mobile, it still would only have sold for another $500, maybe 1,000 more. So I got to spend another $10,000 just to sell my account for $4,000. So the thing just depreciates just so rapidly because the time it takes moderate pay-to-play players to build accessories and gear and build their stats up, then IGG comes out with other little stats in the game that widens the gap between average stats of 1,200 from the higher stats of 16 and 19 and 2,100. So, and then HP is off the chain, as you guys know. So, not trying to stay on the same page right here so long, but we're gonna get to the next one. Okay, so let's look. I'm trying to find one that's only like. There's one for level. This is 11K mana level 3. I'm trying to find an account, guys, that's only selling for like 1,000 or 1,100. But maybe we just need to go to another seller. So let's go to the next one here. Here's one that I actually now here's me again, guys. I actually worked with him initially. He was one of the first. Chiefly was the first one I reached out, and Defender was the first one I reached out to. Me again was the third person I reached out to. And I ended up working with Chiefly because a lot of people in the Lords Mobile chat, that group that I'm in, they recommended Chiefly and a couple of other people. And so I was already in communication with Chiefly, and he was already ready on board and on standby. And he had already listed my account anyway, so we just went ahead and continued with it. And I just so happened to have a person that was in my old guild that also wanted my account. So haven't seen my account since. But here's Chiefly here, guys. And there is a lot of the accounts he has listed here. Now let's take a peek at some of them. What we got going on. Now, do I recommend me again? I didn't use him. We never done the transaction. He was in talks and on standby with me on the first seller the first buyer that I was going to use. Me again was in a part of that, and it didn't go like I wanted to because we were using me again, this seller, and then the buyer wanted to use his seller, which I didn't really trust the process because it was just awkward because me again, which was supposed to be my seller, I wanted him in. I would pay him just for being there and trying to make sure it goes right. How I wanted it to go, this is how I wanted it to go, and this is how we structured it to actually be done. The buyer wanted to use his seller. I told the they both were supposed to be trustworthy, but the buyer's seller had a couple of bad complaints. I told as a result of it, I told the buyer to tell his seller, okay, your seller, I will give your seller that you trust, I will give them the account information, they secure the account. But first of all, your you need to send my middleman, my middleman. I told the buyer to tell his middleman I will give him the information. I told the buyer that he needs to send the money to my middleman, which was me again, Large Mobile. And the buyer had already sent a deposit to his middleman that he wanted to use. And so I kind of changed things up. I made it where, okay, I changed passwords and everything. And I told because I didn't really trust his process that they were doing. I didn't trust his middleman. So I just didn't feel comfortable with it. And it's a very scary thing, guys, when you're dealing with thousands of dollars and people you don't know. So I told the buyer, I told his middleman, I'll give you the information, but I want you to send the money to my middleman because y'all both say y'all validate each other, y'all both trust each other, y'all both confirm that each other are legit. Okay, the buyer, you send the money to my middleman, me again, and then I'll give your middleman the actual information to get the account secured. That's when I came to realize that his middleman didn't have the money. He just had a deposit. And so I was like, I'm out, man. So it was going to be another person that would end up sending me the money. So basically, me again, this middleman here, he just never really did anything. He never really vocalized anything. He never really, he just was trusting the process because he's used to the process. So he was telling me to just trust it, just relax, everything's all good. But that's not how I want to go. But other people were telling me also, okay, they were saying, okay, Ed, it doesn't matter who pays you, just let the person secure the account and you're going to get paid. Which with the first time I would have still got 3,000 because I would have gotten 3,500. And I would have paid the middleman, and I would have paid both middlemans basically, but it didn't work. So I just did use this guy at the time. All right, so here's some of his uh, there's one for 24K. So like I said, I was in talks with this guy, but I just did end up using him eventually. Here's one for 3,900. I will say this middleman here is easy to converse with. He will do exactly as you ask him to do. And I will say this here, that he was very aggressive in getting my account exposed and put on the market. He had sellers. He actually had one seller that wanted to buy it. Like, he had a couple of people that wanted to buy my account like instantly, but I was constantly waiting on the other person to buy it, who was it didn't happen. So I'm looking basically to see who has an account to sell. Here's one that he has sold right here. So there's one for 1,100 plus middleman there. I want to take a look at it so you guys get an idea what it looked like. There's the stats there. That's not too bad of stats at all, guys. Look at that Army HP. Very nice. For 1,100, you cannot beat that, guys. Looking like 1,000, 1,100 there. But not bad, guys. And of course, there's other things such as heroes and castle stars and things like that. But not bad at all, guys. There's one for 2,800. Not a bad price. So just figure out your budget. You can also message any of these guys and ask them what your budget. Tell them what your budget is, and they can find you an account. You don't have to necessarily scroll through everything. $2,200 account here. Look at those stats, guys. Those are some really great stats there. Really great stats there for that amount of money. Can't beat it. And that's what I mean by so many players leaving the game of Lords Mobile after so much investment. It just depreciates, man. It appreciates, you know. And that's why I'm happy I'm not pay to play anymore, because eventually everyone quits for whatever reason, just because you're just way too invested, or IGG is just, they don't have balance, they don't have fairness, and the game is just out of whack. Such as you got players that just keep getting bigger, and others that just, things are too costly. So there you have. Here's one for 1,400 right here, guys. Let's take a peek at it. $1,400 for a full champion set, guys. 2 Valors there, which Valors are kind of like the least that you want. You want more faith. Let's take a look at it. Those are nice stats there. You know, guys, my stats were 1,200, and cavalry was 1,260 something, and then infantry and range were about 1,225, 1,215, something like that. So I was in the 1,200s, which is good. Ugh, them drums are just disgusting. Ugh, it's horrible. But I don't get that. But nonetheless, that is a very nice count. And guys, for $1,400, that's very good. You got amazing stats, and you got some good. That's a good account, guys. Only $1,400, guys. That's cheap. That's cheap. There's one for 3,800. Another one for 16K there, almost 17K. All right, let's get to the next one, guys. I wanted to actually find one that was, you know, like really in everybody's budget. Like, you know, like the one for 1,400. That's a really good example. But I wanted to find one for like maybe $1,000, because they have those on here. There's one for 2,500, 2,800. It's sold. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next girl. Next person. There's 2,700 there. 2,800 was the original price. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go to the next one. Here's Defender. Very recommended. The thing about it is, you want to make sure you are in direct toss with Defender, guys, and not with a fake. So there's Defender there, and then he has a few of them. It's also some bad people on here, guys, so you're gonna want to watch that. But I'll go back to Defender right quick. Here we go. Defender comes highly recommended. He was one of the initial first persons, the first person I reached out to. Looks like Defender is not putting that one's for 40 plus middleman price drop. Let's look at this account for 40 plus. This is just $40, guys. Let's take a look at it. This is $40, guys. Ain't really anything there. But it's just for somebody who wants an account. Like some of you messaged me and you said you just want an account, right? Defender is really trustworthy, guys. He comes recommended. He comes very recommended, guys. I messaged him, but he just didn't seem like he had time. He was like either preoccupied, busy with doing things, just maybe a bad time in his life, or maybe just overworked at the point, or just didn't have time. But we just didn't get things done that quick. So that's one for $40, guys. You cannot beat that. There's one for $1,650. Uh, 8 champion pieces, 25 blessed. Base stats of 400. That's pretty good, guys. I mean, 1,800 ain't too cheap. Or was that 1,600? Well, now I got a battery problem, guys. It's terrible. All right, let's look at this. You can get your full champ account, guys. Look at those Army HP, guys. That is really good. I had more Army HP than that, though. He has 25 bless, 860 levels. All right, here's some of the stats here. Not bad at all. And that's for $1,650, guys. That's not bad at all. Let me plug my phone up. Now, here's the deal, guys. I could easily buy one of those accounts, but then I'd be right back in the same situation. That's not a lot of money, guys. It's not a lot of money at all. There's 3,600. You normally get a really great count for that. It'll cost there 13 plus 1 mythic, champ mythic. So really good account. Just depends on your budget. So 1,200 plus middleman, guys. Let's look at one 1,200. Look at those stats for $1,200, guys. No force, no fury. 8 fams maxed, 1 liter skin, 3 wonder heroes, gold, 1 million gems. This is a good account, guys. Let's take a peek at it. Look at that. The decent kills, guys. You guys better get on this stuff, guys, if you want to get a really great account. There he goes with those drums again. Yeah, I just don't like those drums. But there's the leaders, heroes, the do's and the don'ts. So there you see there. There's another one for 1,400, guys. So you can really get a very decent count for, I'm looking to try to find one for you guys for like just $1,000 or something. To be honest, there's some, I think, rest that they're selling or something. I don't know, because he sells stuff like that too. All right, let's go to another one here. Here's some of the other people, guys. This person here, this Euro Liz, was the middleman that my initial buyer wanted to use, guys. And I didn't go with this person here. But they are, I will say, in the Lord's Mobile group, the person did have 1 or 2 complaints, something like that, but the person is definitely legit. So, I don't think you would get scammed, to be honest. I think the person is really, really legit. And the person is up front. As a matter of fact, when the person said that, when I asked the person, okay, send my middleman the money, and then I'll give you the information to secure the account. So this is the person I told to send me again the money. And then I would send this person here, Liz, the information to my account. And Liz was up front, and Liz was like, I'm not trying to steal an account and all that type of stuff. I'm just securing the account. All I have is the deposit. He sent me a $200 deposit, and Liz showed me a screenshot of that money that the buyer who was going to buy my account, he was shaky, guys. I think he was just very shaky. I don't know what his situation was, but he wasn't this big player that I thought he was. He was more of a pilot. He was more of a pilot than an actual Emperor account owner, if I'm correct. I don't think he was an Emperor account owner. think he was just a pilot because he had. I mean, I wasted over 3 weeks just waiting for him to buy the account for one thing, and then all of the hesitation and switching things up just didn't sit well with me. But the Lord's chat group did. People did. There were some mixed feelings, but for the most part, guys, I will say for the most part, this person is legit, guys. And I don't want to take anything from the person because the person does have a name among big players in large mobile, and I'm talking big players like, you know, big guilds, PCS, I think. Guilds like players like London Boy. I'm talking about, you know, I'm talking about really major players, guys. Pepsi Star. In the guild, the chat that I was in with those guys, this person's name is a legitimate seller, guys. It just, there was just some, either people didn't like the personality, or maybe they just didn't like the person as a preference. But there was not a lot of real complaints. There was some incident that happened that came up, but for the most part, this person is pretty good. All right, 30K there. So it's a very big. The person is pretty big too. So, all right, let's look at some more here. Here's some other people. This is the person right here, as I told you guys, was one of the initial people who appraised my account and told me my account was worth $1,500 to $1,800. Such a scam. I wouldn't recommend this dude. I wouldn't recommend this dude. I would not recommend this dude. Just because of that reason right there. He told me my account was worth $1,500. $1,500, guys. $1,500, guys. He told me my account. 9-piece mythic champ, all level 7 through 9. I think I only had 2 9s or 1 9. I think I had 1 or 2 9 levels on mythic champion. I had 9 mythic. I had full champion, 9 champion, mythic champion. I had stats, base stats of 1,200 each across the board. Mixed stats were about 900. I had mana troop level power 4. I had mana troop castle 5. I had 80 blessed. I had 80 or 85 castle stars. I had 1,000 plus levels of artifacts with 80 blessed. I had good heroes, but I didn't have a lot of the heroes. You guys, you remember my account. But this dude told me, what he told me, that was just very wrong. So I would not recommend this dude right here, guys. I mean, I can go in here, literally, I can go in here, guys, and find an account that he is selling for. Let's find an account. I can literally go in here and find an account that he is selling for, say, here's one for 1,000 right here. It's already sold. You know, maybe he's just ganking people or something, or defrauding buyers and sellers. I don't know. Or maybe he's just trying to sell for the low or something. $1,000, guys. All his attack stats, blasts, all his blasts are about. His blasts are about 900 each. Here's for 2,000 right here, guys. 1,900 plus middleman. Let's look at this account. And I know every account's different. Let's look at this. Not bad champion gear at all. Look at those blessed and look at those levels. My champion gear, my gear was better than that, and I had way far more levels than that. My stats were better than that. Okay, this is one of those. Mana troop level 1. There's the heroes. Okay, I didn't have Berserker to go, and I didn't have Master Cook. or the Guardian of the Gold. I didn't have these kind of heroes. I didn't have all of these, but I had just about all of them. Just a few of them I didn't have. So, have to check there. Yeah, let's take a look at this. 1177, 1100, and 1200. So, for 2000. So that account there, as you can see, yeah, you guys can judge for yourself. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to kind of put that out there. That's my dude there. A lot of good people. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. I will get back in game. All right. So, so now I play on this, guys. So that's the benefits, if you ask me, of you guys need a seller. So like I said, Chiefly is the number one. Definitely use Chiefly should have everything you need. If you do see an account on another middleman's page that you would like to buy, but you don't want to buy it from that middleman, reach out to that middleman. Reach out to Chiefly and ask him if he can get access to selling that account to you, because that happens too. You don't necessarily have to buy that account from the middleman who has it on his seller and buying page. You can see an account on another middleman's page, and you can ask your middleman, can you talk with that other middleman and can you sell that account? And they will agree. They will help. They will talk amongst each other, and because here's the facts, guys. There are a lot of players who are selling their Lost Mobile accounts. They're going to be having their Lost Mobile account on multiple middleman pages. So anybody who's selling their account, you're not going to just see that account necessarily on one seller's page. It's going to be on multiple pages. It's going to be on multiple accounts being sold. So an account you'll see on Me Again for sale, you may see that same account on Chiefly's account for sale, because buyers are trying to get their accounts sold as quick as possible and get it visible as much as possible. Somebody might miss it on Chiefly's page, but then they'll see it on Me Again's page. So those are the people I would say talk to. Those are the people I would say talk to if you're looking to buy an account. Chiefly first, Defender, Me Again, Liz, in pretty much in that order. But like I said, if you just want to stick with Chiefly, I would recommend that 100%. Just stick with him. He can find and get what you need. You don't necessarily have to go to other people. Chiefly can get it done for you guys. With that being said, let me see here. Some of you guys don't like to sing. What's going on here? All right, so all right, so I'm glad I'm just not doing it, guys. I could easily buy one of those accounts for 2,000. If I would, I'd probably buy something for about 1,500, something like that. Which there's some nice accounts that look like that. Would it be as strong as my account? Not at all. Not at all. And would I have to work on it even more? Yes, I would. And next thing you know, I'm 5,000, 10,000 more in it. And then some of you guys could be like, no, don't work on it, just play with it. it's just too many updates, bro. It's just too many updates. I mean, artifacts are gonna hike again. They're gonna spike again. You know, artifacts are not gonna stop, guys. And artifacts are not gonna be easy to get because of the lottery, the gambling, the drop rate, the algorithm and stuff that IGG is using to give out those artifacts. It's like, man, it's just the rarities and things like that are just depressing, man. I can't stomach it. You know, I just can't, man. It's just a disgust. So I just wouldn't want to do it, man. I wouldn't. I can't see myself doing it again after having spent, you know, 60, 70,000 in just 3 years on Lost Mobile. That's over 25. That's like 25,000 I was spending a year on the game, guys. And I mean, damn, I could be so far ahead in life if I hadn't been spending on the game. It's crazy. But some of you are like, okay. Some of you are like, okay, just not spend that much. Get a grip on spending. Yeah, what do you want your account to look like? Now, that's what the question you got to ask. Do you want it to look like those accounts that were selling for $1,000, or the accounts that are selling for $500 or $50? Yeah, I don't get it, guys. Like an account like this, 5J could sell this account for he probably can get, with the stats and things like that, it's probably a $700 account. You know, probably 700. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not 1,000, but possible. I don't know. I'm not sure. But he was gracious enough to give it to me, so I'm good with that. That's just good. That's just good. That's the thing about Lois Mobile, man. I just, you find great people, man, and you really do. You find really great players. You know, when I first quit playing Lois Mobile, I gifted my account to a friend that's local, you know, a real friend of mine's, and he just got the account zeroed and just abandoned it. And a few years later, almost 3 years later, I took the account back and reinvested in it again. I'd already spent like 20,000 before I quit, and then came back to Lost Mobile almost 3 years later and spent another 70,000. You know, so it's crazy, man. It's been a hell of a ride. So it's not something like I said, I missed my account, but that account got there, guys. My account got like it was because I invested heavily on it. I was really spending quite a bit on it. So it didn't get that way by me spending $20 a month or $100 a month or $200 a month. The account didn't get there from just really spending $200 a month, you know? And I'm just guessing when I say 70,000, I probably spent 80,000 in the last 3 years, guys, on Lost Mobile. Because just this year alone, for the first 7 months in Lost Mobile, about the first 8 months, I spent probably 25, 30,000 on the game just in the first 7-8 months. And I know I spent just as much last year, and I know I spent just as much when I returned to Lost Mobile. My first year returning to Lost Mobile, I was spending about 3 to 5 minimum per month just to get my familiars done, and then working on troops and things like astrolites for stuff like this, you know? I mean, I just really was going hard. Not knowing what to properly invest in, which I should have been invested in artifacts and heroes and castle stars and things like that. But knowledge comes. Like, you can see some of these accounts we looked at, guys. Look at some of the accounts we looked at where they're all using, let's look like this. We looked at some accounts like this that were using all drums. but they had some other expensive pieces. Some had champion pieces. So that just goes to let you know some people were not really building properly. So that's one of the main reasons why I won't respend on Lost Mobile ever. I just won't do it. And I kind of see what other YouTubers who have sold their Lost Mobile accounts and stepped away from the game, and now they're still playing and they're building fresh accounts, but they're promising not to spend on the game. I see what they mean now. And time will tell. Time will show whether everybody's being honest or not in not spending on Lost Mobile. But like I said, I loved my account. It was a really beautiful account, but it got that way. It got beautiful like that, and you guys were following my account. You guys were a fan of my YouTube channel because of my account, and my account got like that because I spent so much money. Now, had I not been spending like that, if I had spent, say, $100, guys, a month on Lost Mobile, which will get you a good handful of stuff, the account would have not been. You can't really get that far with that, guys, even though you're still spending $1,200 a year. And after you spend $1,200 a year, $100 a month on Lost Mobile, at the end of 3 or 5 years, your account is still only worth $1,000, if that, maybe. So that's what I want to show you guys. That's what I want to say. And I'm shout out to the person who asked again for my who asked again for the middleman. So I want to show you guys. If you haven't looked at some of the videos in the past, please do so. It helps the channel, period. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But look at the videos through the beginning and the end, and because that helps, guys. With that being said, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. Today is Sunday the 30th. It's 11:30. It's not 11:30 the time. It's the 11th month, 30th day. It's actually 11:52, and I'm out here in Kansas City.